What's up YouTube, Tyler for the record here. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. We do a lot of vinyl record content as well as some gear reviews, and that's what we've got today. Today we have the Audio-Technica LP70. Now, Audio-Technica's automatic line of turntables is really popular, especially for beginners, and this is why this is my recommendation for all beginners whenever they ask me. I get a lot of comments of what is the best beginner's record player, and I always have said the LP60, and we'll get into why, but this is the upgraded model from that, the LP70. So we're gonna go through a couple differences between the LP60 and the LP70, as well as why I think this is a great record player for beginners. So the LP60 was actually released, I believe it was like December 2009, so it's been around for about 15 years now. Is that right, math? Yeah. And it's been really solid ever since. They made some really clutch upgrades for this one here, the LP70, and I must have grabbed an LP60 as basically my first record player, probably around 2012, 2013. So I had one for 6 to 7 years before I upgraded to what I have right now. My daily driver is the U-Turn line, more specifically the U-Turn Special Customized. But the Audio-Technica line is perfect for beginners because of a few specific reasons, and let's go over those. So I'm gonna take the dust cover off so you can see a little bit better here. Let's get into it. So, I gotta put a record on it. I'll grab a record as well just to put it on here so we can see how it functions, and let's get into it. So as I mentioned, the number one reason I think this is perfect for beginners is because it is an automatic turntable. Automatic means at the push of a button, it will do everything for you. So pressing the start button right here will automatically raise the needle, put it over to your record, and it'll drop it right where it needs to. And then once it finishes this side of the record, it'll pick up the needle itself and return it back to home, and it'll actually stop your player. So you're not putting as much wear on the stylus as you would with a manual record player. You also have stop functionality as well. So if you want to start it and then stop it whenever you want, you can hit the button and it'll stop automatically. Just hit stop right there and it will raise the needle and return it back to home, stopping the player as well. So you really get to experience how a record player works, and that's why I think this is perfect for beginners, because it takes the worry away from messing up your needle, messing up your record. All you have to do is put your record on here and then hit the start and stop buttons and you're good. But you can also watch and learn the process as the record player does it for you, and I think that's perfect for beginners. Before we get any further, this specific model is the LP70xBT, and the XBT stands for with Bluetooth. So any of those models out there, they might be cheaper if you just get the LP70 version versus the XBT version because the added Bluetooth functions. And when you have a record player, Bluetooth is not the best way to listen to a record. You really want to listen to a wired connection, which it has back here, because Bluetooth will dull down the sound quality and won't make it as loud, number one, won't make it as defined dynamically. But a lot of people like having that functionality available to them because they like to listen on whatever speakers they want, and that's perfectly fine as well. So there's plenty of options here. So speaking of options, a huge upgrade from the LP60 to the LP70 is this J-shaped tone arm with an upgradable stylus. So before you had the AT3600L cartridge, this one is now I have to research, the blue AT-VMN95C cartridge, which starts out around $30, I believe. And then you can upgrade the stylus from there. And I think they have ones that go up to like $99 on their own, which is gonna elevate your sound if you want to put that kind of an upgrade into your system, which is really clutch to have. That is what higher end record players have available to them. They have the ability to upgrade certain components to it. And I think that's really clutch to have in a beginner's system, especially because you can start out at a price range of what it starts out as, and then you can kind of upgrade your system as you get more serious, and as you know, you want to take this hobby more seriously. Another quick addition they made to the LP70 from the LP60 is the addition of this Q lever right here. So a Q lever is something that's going to allow you to raise your needle and lower your needle properly. So before you had a button to raise and lower, which is not really gonna get you used to a regular record player. Some record players don't have a Q lever, some have a Q lever, so it's nice to have the function of getting used to a Q lever and playing around with it and see how it actually operates. So a lot of people ask me when they have these record players, how do you clean your record on there if you don't have a way to raise and lower it? Well, there is one, and now it's more obvious with this Q lever. So if you want to clean your records on here, what we would do is we would raise it, put it over and get it to start. You don't have to put it down, but then you get to clean your record right here, and then you can put it back. And with the Q lever, you can actually use your player as a manual player. So you raise your Q lever, you put it over right where it needs to go, and get used to doing this so you get more comfortable with other record players on the line. And then you put your Q lever down and it plays your record for you, which is really nice to have. So I know what you're saying, Tyler, there's a lot of record players out there that have automatic functionality. What makes this one stand out? So the reason that I always recommend the LP60 and now the LP70 line from Audio-Technica is because number one, the trusted name of Audio-Technica. And this is also a good spot to remind you that this is not a sponsored video. I just genuinely think this is a great beginner's record player. But the trusted name of Audio-Technica, they've been around for years and they have a name behind them that supports a good quality record player, and that is very important to note. But also, they are very widely accessible. You can get these on Amazon, which I'll have a description for that linked in the bio. But you can also get this at Barnes & Noble's, Target, Best Buy, Walmart even. You know, a lot of places carry these. Local record stores should carry these as well. And it comes in, I believe, 3 different options for color. I believe this is the black and bronze. They also have just a pure black, and they also have a white, which looks really sleek. And last but not least, what does this come with, and what do you need otherwise to complete a record player setup? This is what's called a turntable, so it's not a full record player. You cannot play sound from this device. So you are gonna need external speakers, and that's the number one question I usually get when I recommend these players to people. Yes, this is a beginner's option, but it does not have built-in speakers, so you will not hear anything. Notice every time I've been playing something on this today, you have not heard anything because I'm not hooked up to my speakers. So you're gonna need external speakers, and for those interested, I have a link down in my bio for what I would recommend. The Edifier R1280Ts or the DBs are a really good option. The DB version has Bluetooth, I believe, but the Ts are perfectly fine. As I mentioned, you're gonna have a wired connection if you want the best quality for your sound. And beyond that, obviously you'll need records in a record collection, but you will get all of the cords that you need. You will get a built-in preamp, which is a very crucial thing if you're going to listen to records. And beyond that, if you go with a different speaker setup, you will need powered speakers or an amplifier, so make note of that as well. Other than that, we spun this one yesterday and it sounds really good. Obviously, my player back there is a little bit better because of the higher quality, but this player is really solid for beginners, and I'm super happy with how it sounded, especially with having the upgradable stylus right there. That is clutch. You can have this for years because of the trusted name of Audio-Technica, as well as the quality and build that they do with these systems. Like I said, they've had the LP60 for over 15 years, and this is just basically having some upgrades on that. So really clutch. That being said, if you can still get an LP60 on maybe Facebook Marketplace or somewhere else for cheaper than $100, that's gonna be your go-to point, because those are still fantastic systems. And this one is gonna come in right around $219. That $200 to $250 price range is gonna be the crucial spot for a beginner's record player. It's really hard to get something under that price range that is gonna be good quality and gonna be safe to protect your records. Other than that, if I did not answer your question here about this record player or any other subject out there, please drop a comment below. And as always, subscribe to the channel. We have more reviews coming, more unboxings coming, and more general YouTube vlogs that I'm gonna be putting out. So please stay tuned for what's coming next. And thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like, drop a comment, and subscribe, please. Oh, and happy spinning.